Hello everybody, welcome to our great show KDE TeaTime, where a group of dedicated KDE developers discuss stuff all around KDE. I'm Martin, and as you can see, I just got my brand new Google Summer of Code t-shirt, which this year looks absolutely amazing. I'm joined today by my very good friends Alex, David, and Vishesh. Today we are going to discuss activities in Plasma. Hopefully we'll also get to activities in Plasma Active, which is Plasma that's meant to be put on other devices like tablets and stuff. So guys, first question, do you use activities?
Yep. Yes. I'm probably one of the few people who do, but when they first came out, they were weird, and then it crashed all the time. And then now...
That was 4.2?
Well, in 4.0 we had the zooming user interface, where you had your desktop, you zoomed out, and then you had a blank screen, and then you couldn't get back, which was an unusual design decision. Anyway, moving forward to now, yeah, on my desktop, I actually do use activities because I lead two lives. I've got my university work, which I'm meant to do, and my KDE work, which I actually do. And it's quite good to be able to separate all my documents and the applications I'm using, so I can switch between the two. So in that sense, I do use them, but there are a couple of problems I find when using activities. Mostly, the main issue is I'm doing my university work, I've got some music playing, and then I switch over to doing some KDE stuff, and then as soon as I want to change track, I accidentally switch activity because my music player is only on one activity. And now, I'm on the wrong activity, I open all the wrong windows in the wrong place, associate everything with the wrong activity, and it all becomes a horrible mess quite quickly for me to have to sort out. So it ends up being
very simple. That's very simple to fix. You can put certain applications on all activities.
You can, but you have to remember to do it. And if you don't, and Kate's another good example because.
Hang on a second. I think that for the less educated audience, we should probably explain what are activities in Plasma.
Sure.
To start with, anyone wants to take this? Well, David, you are using activities, so
session management. Save session management.
Blurted out session management like some kind of Tourette's. Session management. Anyway,
that's what it is.
Well, it's more than session management. Session management is a small aspect of it. You have all your applications or your session, and you close them, and it stops, and you can start a whole session with all your applications. But on top of that, it's also being used as generic profiles. So in the power management, it's acting as, instead of having all these different power profiles, you associate a profile with an activity. The words are being used interchangeably. So you would have I'm doing a presentation activity, and this would inhibit the screen turning off, for example. And instead of previously having lots of profiles in all these different applications, we just have one universal set of profiles which are used globally throughout all your KDE applications.
Right, thanks. Alex, you also use activities, right?
Yep.
So can you share how do you use activities?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I'm not right now using activities. The reason is because my configuration got lost because of my fault. But the way I use activities, and it's just a matter of, I don't know, one day setting everything up again, is I use activities, one activities per each KDE project I work on, or per each project. So yeah, basically I had activities with Qt Assistant, KDevelop, Conqueror, and actually I use Conqueror because it's the only one that actually integrates with activities. And I had one of those for each project. And then, of course, the typical set of plasmoids with to-do list and stuff like that. So I don't get this huge to-do list with all my projects mixed in. I can have, for example, I don't know, now I'm working the MTP support. Right. I would have an MTP activity with all the nodes, and something else I used to do was drag and drop emails to the desktop to keep them like as an important email. For example, if I had to fix a bug in Blue Devil, what I did was drag and drop the email bug, and leave it there. So the next time I open the activity, I will have everything like ready. That's the way I used to use them, and actually, well, as I said, it's just a matter of of spending a minute configuring everything. But I'm super lazy, so.
I'm quite excited because we've just found the only person in the world who still uses Conqueror.
Yeah.
It was quite actually Conqueror with the WebKit thing. I mean, it works great for everything I'm going to use Conqueror in that activity. Yeah. And you know, with Conqueror you can do everything. You can brew tea, you can make coffee, you can open PDF, browse the web, browse files. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, but you can do all of that by using lots of applications. But anyway, we're
You can
getting
also do all of that with your
Yeah.
terminal.
Long life to Conqueror.
Yeah, let's get back to the activities. Vishesh, how do you use activities, if you use activities?
Do you want me to go about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, get ready. This is showed David one day, and his reaction was, "You should burn your laptop." So I don't really use KDE activities that much, and the sole reason for that is because there's very sad integration between the web browser and activities. My web browser of choice is Firefox. So the way I use activities is I open all the tabs I need to in Firefox, and then I forcibly kill Firefox. Okay, yes, I forcibly kill Firefox because Firefox has awesome session management. And then I restart Firefox. It'll show me all the last session, what all was saved, and then I'll start doing whatever I was doing. Okay, when I want to go back to that earlier activity, I'll again kill it, so that I have two closed sessions now, and then I restore that session which I was working on earlier. Yeah, it works out.
Do you see why you need a better activities support system, which is made by someone who's not you?
Yes, I totally agree. Look, if activities worked for me, I would use them. And right now, I'm taking the Scala class, so I do use it somewhat. But my browser windows don't open up, so it's kind of a pain.
You're talking the what
It's
class?
a bit worrying that
Scala.
your solution is best in KDE activities because, frankly, writing it down in hieroglyphics on paper would be more efficient than your current session management. It's so wrong.
It actually works out pretty well if you get used to it.
Well, so hang on.
I'm not saying people should get used to it, but yeah.
Do you know that you have a shortcut to kill stuff, right? It's
Yeah, I know, Control Escape.
S.
Encourage him.
That's what I do.
So basically, you would like to use activities only for your browsing activities and not like
No.
development,
No,
music.
I actually, most of the things I do are primarily use the browser. So if activity doesn't have browser support, it's kind of useless for me.
Right.
And that makes a lot of sense because we do so much on the web nowadays, and there isn't much of a good KDE browser at the moment because Reconc's coming along well, but we still have a lot of people using Firefox and Chromium, which we don't have a lot of control over. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially not everyone uses old school email clients like Kmail or whatever, and a lot of us prefer web-based email clients. So,
Old school.
for example,
Oh.
I'm using Gmail,
Yeah, not
and
this
you
cool.
can't. I'm just saying that if you're using Gmail, then you have
No,
your
no,
email also on a web
you're
browser.
telling that I'm old. That's what you are saying. You are saying you are old because you use Kmail.
No, I said old school.
Yeah, old.
Okay,
Well, I must say that Kmail
I
is
must
turning
use
out.
Gmail to be young again. That's how it works. I thought shaving my beard would be enough, but not. I have to use Gmail. Okay.
Yeah, times change, dude. Times change.
I will start to lose control over my email and use Gmail.
As for me, I personally don't use activities at all.
Boo!
Yeah. Well, no, because well, I
Because you are old and you don't get them.
yeah, something like that. No, I've tried the activities in like KDE 4.4, 5. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. It was the thing that David actually mentioned with the zooming interface, and I couldn't really force myself to sort of switch context. And whoever seen my browser, you know that I'm keeping everything in one place because it's
okay. So for people who don't know, Martin has on average around 70 to 80 tabs open at one point. This is not an exaggeration.
You can hear his laptop actually crying underneath.
No, that's not true.
You know, normally when the tabs get smaller, you can't read the text, only a little icon. You can't even see a little icon anymore because there's so many tabs.
Well, yeah, but the point is that I know at least roughly where the stuff I need is. Anyway, that's not the point. That's the same thing like having your room unsorted and even not clean, and you tell to your mother, yes, but I know where my shit is. Don't sort anything.
Well, no, because anything. I know, but clean my room.
Wow, whatever. And yeah, and then you say that, but that doesn't mean that if you sort your stuff and you know you were more polished with your stuff, everything will be better.
So you're saying KDE activities are like your mum?
I haven't said anything like that. What I'm saying is that
I marketing scheme. KDE activities.
I think Ivan would really like this interpretation.
Yeah, that's actually
well. That
could actually be very good marketing.
From a trip or something like that. My room is all sorted out and I don't know where anything is. That could happen with activities as well.
Yes, that's actually the one thing why I am not using activities, because I cannot force myself just to separate the stuff I'm working on. For example, if I'm working on KDE telepathy and then I'm working on, I don't know, some social feed stuff, I don't want to be switching context. I'm just working in KDevelop and I just want to have it in the KDevelop and I don't want to go to another activity to just have my other project there. Similar.
So the way I used to do it is that I used to. Later on, I've started into more fine-grained activity control. But early on, when even I started, it was more of, okay, here's a programming activity, and here's something else activity, which was college-based work. So that way, all of my KDevelop windows, even though I was working on multiple things, different stuff related to Nepomuk, it was still all somewhat interrelated. So it was all in that programming thing, and I didn't really need to switch a context that much. It's only when I was actually doing something radically different that I would actually change the activity.
Yes, I was getting to that. I'm also taking lots of pictures with my camera, and well, sometimes when I'm downloading the pictures, and then I'm switching to browser. Sometimes from browser I switch to KDevelop, and I sort of don't want to think in to which activity I should switch now. I don't want the additional step of, oh wait, I want to look at Facebook. Which activity I left Facebook in? Well, and then
I agree that you have to switch something in your workflow, because you stop thinking on applications and you start thinking on activities. So you will think now, okay, I have to manage my pictures with Digicam, I have to switch to KDevelop. That will be changed of something like, okay, now I have to switch to developing, or I have to switch to whatever. And anyway, I think that we all agree that we should not force anybody to adopt this workflow. I think it's really, really powerful. But well, there is always weird people like you, Martin, that doesn't get it, and they are old, and we should not force them.
But I use Gmail at least.
Okay. I feel old again.
So Web 2.0 probably has a MySpace page as well, and a Twitter feed.
What was I saying?
I don't know, but starting mocking you, it was a lot more fun.
Have you ever thought of how would be the perfect workflow for activities? Because something that it really, well, it's not smooth to me, is that you have to think too much to create your activities right now. At least it's like a barrier I see. As I said, I have to set up everything again, and it's something I don't really want to do. I mean, I guess that we cannot make it magical, and recommendations will not work, but...
Okay, so we have a few minutes left. Let's talk about Plasma Active, the Plasma on devices. Right now, Plasma on tablet. They use activities as the base foundation of the system. I would like some of you to say more about Plasma Active on tablets, because you have tablets with Plasma Active and I don't. So can anyone, Alex, you have a tablet?
Yeah.
If you could show us the activities on the tablet, that would be amazing. How they work on the tablet.
I can try. Yeah, I can try. This is not going to work well.
You need to keep talking, then only will the focus remain on you.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you see anything there?
Yes.
Good.
Let me. I'm going to switch the window to the other monitor. Okay. So.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
So the activities thing can be, well, I think it's quicker to see how they work in the tablet, because you have actual interaction with it. So basically, what you do in Active is drag this thing out. Yes. And then you have, I don't know if you see this small shit and this small squares. This is totally different. Let me check. Let me check another format. Will be easier, something like that.
Yeah, that's better.
So basically, what you do is, as it is thought, when you want to start something, you want to do some action in Active. What you do is you drag this thing out of here. You create a new activity. Select a wallpaper and put some name to it. Like, for example, I don't know, TeaTime. Let's call it Tea. Wow. It's really weird to write this way. And then what you do is you browse web, or you see pictures, stuff like that, and it's really fluffy. Anyway, bottom thing is that you have all your activities here. You have this quick switcher to switch between them. For example, I create this one. I don't know if it can be read. It says Mobile World Congress, which is the demo I prepared for the Mobile World Congress. You have vacation planning, introduction, blah 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 blah. So you basically create one activity. You switch to it when you want it. For example, to check. Yeah, this is not working at all, right?
No, it's not really good. Yeah, well, we have to improve that for the next time.
Yeah.
Sorry to all viewers for that. So just to get you a basic idea of how activities work on Plasma Active, which is right now targeting mainly tablet devices, but in the future should target also mobile devices, set-top boxes, and basically any device you can think of, and the desktop. No, wait, what?
Yeah, and the desktop too.
Right. Right now, there's also going on some integration between applications and activities. For those of you that do not follow the development of KDE, there on review board there are several patches which enables better integration of Ocular, the PDF and general document reader thing, and GwenView, the KDE's picture viewer, to be better integrated with activities and with the shell, with the workspace itself. Yeah,
that's
so
that's one of the main points of activities. It's not only about context, as we said before. It's also about context in the application. For example, quick example would be awesome to have activity support in KDE telepathy. So when I'm working, I only see, or when I'm in the KDE activity, I only see people related to KDE, and I only get notifications from people related to KDE. And when I'm in I don't know, in watching film activity. I don't get any because I don't want people to bother me while I'm watching something.
In the
Yes.
context of GwenView and Ocular, I think it's more of that they report which document or picture or whatever you're viewing to the activity manager, so that it knows that these files are associated with this activity, so that later on it can make smart recommendations. Hey, you open this file a lot of times. Do you want to put it on your desktop? It seems like it's really important for this activity. Or smart recommendations. Plasma Active already has this because it already has its own image viewer and stuff. So that stuff will come more towards the desktop now. At least that's what we're hoping.
And is it also based on Nepomuk? Because Plasma Active is based on Nepomuk. So is the desktop version also based on
Yes.
Nepomuk?
I think so. I've never, honestly, I've never looked at the code, but as far as I know, it is.
Awesome. Do we have anything else to cover with activities? Anyone?
No, I think we should wrap things up. I like to read reviews of KDE on Reddit and other forums, and it's quite interesting to see users' reactions of, what the fuck are activities for? Followed by a next post down saying, activities are great, I love them, they've changed my lifestyle. So, some people seem to get them, a lot of us, or a lot of people, don't.
I think that's because a lot of people have started to go towards the activity-centric desktop or whatever you want to call it, and everyone's doing it so differently that when you hear activities, people are instantly kind of confused. Oh, GNOME has their own version of activities, and so does KDE, and it's just slightly confusing from a user point of view.
I agree that you have a point, but I think that the fault is more of how our desktop is shaped by default right now. I think an activity, it's not natural. I mean, you have to open a context menu. Starting from that, I mean, context menu equals hidden features, hidden something. So it's not completely. It's not like, for example, in the active stuff in the tablet, one of the first thing you have to do is create an activity.
Right. So do you think that in the future we should have some like how do you say it? Some wizard that will guide you through creating activities?
Wizards are evil, but yeah, I think that, well, I don't know. Random thought is in the desktop, it may be good to be able to create activities from application. So, for example, well, you use the browser a lot, so you should be able to grab, I don't know, 10 tabs in Firefox and say create activity, something like that. But I don't know. Just an idea.
That would be nice.
Okay, so any last thoughts on activities? No, so I'll okay, go on, Vishesh.
I was just saying more applications need activity integration, but yeah, we are working towards it. All right, that's about it.
Right. So, anyone, we have 4 viewers, which is 1 more than we have last time. So I hope that's not just us viewing ourselves, but it is. If it is not, so hey everyone, and thanks for watching. And well, we'll be here the next week with some new topic, which we will reveal later on our social networks channels. So everybody, have a great day and see you next time. Bye.